Hey everyone, Irene Lane here. Welcome to this video, to this channel, and to this entire world of healing trauma, nervous system health, and all things neuroplasticity. Today I want to share a short clip from a long form special topic lecture I did in April of 2021, where I talk about how trauma is really released. And in this short segment, I dive into something that is becoming more common these days, and that is to do specific what are called trauma release exercises to move stored traumatic stress and movement patterns out of the body. Now, I have no doubt that for some folks here on planet Earth, this might work really well. From my experience in connecting with my students, with my clients, especially those who have a history of early and developmental traumas and lots of multiple traumatic events, shock and developmental, etc., this doesn't work so well. And so in this clip, I share why, and I also share why I believe we need to look at this from a more macro perspective and take the long-term approach to releasing traumas from our nervous system and from our physical somatic systems. Have a watch. Shaking. So sometimes I get questions where people say, I went and I did these trauma release exercises, and now whenever I lay down to track my body, I just start shaking. If our body, so here's the thing, if the system has a response, a procedural muscular need to shake out some kind of old event where we weren't allowed to shake out or to protect what's called a procedural memory. So I'll lay the example. If I was attacked when I was a teenager and I couldn't run and get away, and then I was abused, my system still has the procedure in it to run, to kick, to scream, to like strangle my assailant. But I couldn't because I had to go into shutdown mode because I could tell I am not going to get out of this. I can't fight. That'll be more harmful. So no matter what, if that was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, or 100 years ago, and I haven't gone through the organic tracking of that memory, if I just go to a class and I don't connect to that emotionality, that fear, that terror, that this is where I was, but now I'm here on April 8th, 2021, we need to connect to the here and now, but we also have to connect to the memory and not let the memory dissociate us or put us into more fear. This is why, broken record Irene, you've got to do your education, you have to do your groundwork. You have to learn how to listen to your physiology, build that capacity, which is what I talk about in video number 1 of the Healing Trauma series. We have to learn how to orient, and we have to keep practicing being in the here and now without even trying to process our old hurts and harms. Because when we do process that, we can't just go into a generic shaking thing to get rid of that fight flight energy from the attack. It's like the puzzle pieces don't come together. They need to come together in the essence of that attack when I was 16. It has to match up. The languages have to talk to each other, because this is what happens, guys and gals. If the languages don't talk to each other, we might feel better after that release, after that big cathartic cry, because there's more blood flow, there's more endorphins. It opens up our joints. We feel less tension. We feel a little more powerful. But if those things didn't match up, that imprint of how we wanted to fight, the essence, the smell of the cigarette smoke, the cologne, the alcohol, if we don't have that come up, we're not fully resolving that event. All right, thank you for checking out this short clip. If you want to watch the full lecture, we will link it somewhere near this video. And, I just wanted to remind everyone of saying, I think it goes something like this, that we need to learn how to walk before we can run. And I'm going to go even a little further and say we need to learn how to roll over. If we think of human development in infants, a human being cannot run, cannot walk until they master balance and rolling over and orienting and holding their head up on their spine and over their feet. Even before that, they have to come into the world and learn how to breathe and self-regulate and all these things. So this concept of wanting to heal and release our past traumatic stressors, it's a real thing. And I understand that if we've just come across this work, there is going to be a tendency, a desire to want to do this as quick as possible because we've wasted and lost so much time not knowing that these are the things that are causing our mental, physical, relational, emotional troubles now. And I'm here to say, based on experience and working with people in the world and working with my mentors, that it's really important to not try to hack this healing trauma stuff. We have to be very foundational. We have to build capacity in our system. We have to learn how to track our physiology just in general terms before we even try to start bringing these older, deeper memories out of our bodies. As I mentioned in the clip, if you want deeper education, more education, be sure to check out my 3-part healing trauma video training. It is on my site. We will link it again somewhere near this video, always though on irenelyon.com under the free resources section. And as always, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so, and also be sure to turn on notifications so that when these videos go live, you get notified, and also notified when we go live and I do live lectures and when I post in the community area of YouTube. Thank you for being here, and we will see you next time.